Today I'm going to draw my schematic for my truss bridge project. Before I ever get started, there's a few things you need to do to prepare to make your drawing. The first thing is you need to decide on a design. I've done some research. I've gone to the web and I've typed in truss bridge designs, bridge designs, drawing a truss, different things like that, and I've some phrases, and I've searched on those and I've gotten some information. Also, I've gone to our library and I've asked the librarian to give me help on researching truss bridges. You'll find that there are a number of resources in the library, so make sure you ask the librarian and you use the library. This is a printout that I got off the web after doing my research, and it shows 8 different truss bridges, and I've decided to design the through pettit truss. Now this truss has certain characteristics that I like, and so I like the look of it, and then I researched actually what characteristics this particular truss brings to the table, and I like those characteristics, and so I'm going to potentially build this truss. So I'm going to put this, and this is going to be my schematic that I'm going to draw. The next thing that you need to do once you decide on your design is you need to look through the rules and review those and understand really, what are the design requirements. So this is the solicitation that you were given, and on the second page it has some requirements for the dimensions. So these are real specific rules that have to do with the measurements of your truss. The first one is really important. The bridge needs to span 30 centimeters, and so you need to build your bridge wider than 30 centimeters. Otherwise, it will not span 30 centimeters. I can't tell you how many times I've had students bring trusses in that are exactly 30 centimeters wide. That doesn't span 30 centimeters if it's 30 centimeters wide. Also, pay attention to the maximum length. It can be no longer than 45 centimeters. I would say if you're going any longer than maybe 35 centimeters, you're really adding mass to your bridge without any benefit, without gaining any strength benefit. So I would settle on maybe 32 centimeters. That gives you a centimeter on either side extra. Also, pay attention to number 4. No part of the bridge may extend more than 17.7 centimeters above the top of the abutment. That means it can't be any taller than 17.7 centimeters. So pay attention to that. If it's taller than that, you're going to get points taken off. And then the bridge, some people will design a bridge that actually goes below the abutments, and it can't go more than 7.6 centimeters below the abutments. Otherwise, it's breaking that rule, and there'll be points deducted. In addition, it cannot bear on the abutments vertically. In other words, all the weight of the bridge has to be above the abutments, pressing down from above on the abutments, not pushing from the side on the abutments. The rest of the design specifications have to do with putting 2 trusses together, how wide, how narrow the bridge has to be, how much room there has to be for cars to move across it, and also some things about testing. When you build your bridge, do not put a member directly in the middle of the bottom horizontal member of the bridge. I'm going to point that out when I draw my bridge, but that is a specific design requirement because we are going to have a steel rod in the center spanning the 2 trusses, and that's where our force is going to be applied. And if you have a member there, then we can't apply the force directly in the middle. Okay, once you have reviewed the rules, the next thing you need to do is you need to get some equipment ready. And number 1, sharpen some pencils. So I've got 3 pencils here, and I have them really sharp, and I'm going to keep them sharp because part of the grade is neatness. And if you have really wide pencil lines, it doesn't look very neat, and so it's an expectation that you use a sharp pencil. Also, you need a straight edge. Do not try to freehand straight lines. It'll be very obvious that you didn't use a straight edge, and that's not how we draw schematics. And lastly, you need the graph paper, which I've already given you. Okay, in the next film, I'm going to begin drawing the bridge, so we'll see you then.